2K Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, is proud to bring you the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today's coverage of the Valspar Championship is about to begin. I'm Luke Elvey, alongside Rich Beam in the booth. And it's hello to Henny Koyak down on the course, following our featured group.
Hi Luke, I'm very happy to be covering this week's featured group. What a pairing. These two, they've been going back and forth at each other. There is quite the budding rivalry here.
So it looks like they're trying to beat Colin Morikawa this week. That's ambitious. Seems like a friendly duel from the outside, but could create some extra sparks today.
I almost just have to laugh. Someone saying they're going to beat Colin Morikawa. Does that even happen these days? He's one of the most consistent players on tour. I don't know that he's beatable.
Well, he's been accused of having a balky putter occasionally, but you're right. Iron player as good as Tiger Woods in his prime. The short game's irresistible, but I think the most impressive thing about young Colin is his mindset. He's got a 40-year-old mind on a 20-year-old body. No wonder he's winning at a decent rate of knots. Oh, little sigh of relief. Happy to be putting again. And he's down there. You got to read.
Careful not to leave this one short. It's back uphill, and nothing worse than leaving an uphill putt short.
Currently 1 under for the event. Water is a feature here at the Copperhead course of Innisbrook Resort, Rich, and it comes into play at the second.
Downhill tee shot. You want to keep your tee shot out to the right as best you can to take out the trees that hug the left-hand side. Green sits well above the player's second shot. They won't see how close they hit it from the fairway.
Sometimes you hit some good ones, sometimes you hit some bad ones. This one's headed towards the rough. This would be a great up and down. Not your best effort, still a mid-range putt coming up. Putting for par. Yep, you'll take that. Currently 1 under for the round. The Copperhead course at Innisbrook can really bite you, especially if you're slightly wayward, and there's one of those holes right here at the third, Rich.
Decisions to be made. The fairway narrows up. Should you take driver out? Also the water on the right. So players more than likely laying back with some kind of fairway wood.
That one's heading down Broadway. What kind of shot are they facing here, Henny?
Setting up here from about 185 yards. All right, going with a little bit more club. Let's see.
Wonderfully played. What are we looking at for this putt, Henny?
This is about 24 feet for him here.
Just didn't drop. And this one is for his par. Currently 1 under for the tournament. The fourth hole, the first of the par threes on the property, and you've got to be dialed in on your number.
This is a challenging par 3, no doubt about it, Luke. This green pitches from right to left and from front to back, making it almost impossible to get it super close unless you have a perfect number into this par 3.
Going with the 4-iron here. Well, that's comfortably on the dance floor. Well played.
They have absolutely flushed that one. Colin Morikawa, he was meant to be the original and best approach player, but I think we have a new sheriff in town.
Yeah, nice mid-range birdie putt, that one.
This guy is putting the lights out of it this week.
Well, that was a positive hole. A little shift up the leaderboard. Well played. This looks to be heading for the cut stuff. A couple under at this stage, just outside the top 10 on the leaderboard. Getting ready to play their third.
Puff of wind blowing right to left for him.
Going with the pitching wedge here. Oh, wonderful shot. And a chance for birdie at the fifth. 7 feet to the cup.
Tweet, tweet. This is for 2 birdies.
That's a good putt to make that one. That's back-to-back birdies. And with that, he'll move to 3 under par. He's in a share of 12th place.
And after that good play, moving up the leaderboard.
Good looking shot this. And he's down there.
He's setting up here from about 115 yards. Had a fantastic drive.
Well struck. What are we looking at for this putt, Henny?
He's got to be careful this doesn't get away from him here. This is downhill.
Oh, what a shame. That would have been a nice one to hole. Oh, that's a clutch par. Our current leader is enjoying a 1-shot lead. Standing on the 7th tee, players get to breathe a sigh of relief having the 6th behind them.
You know, Luke, this is sneaky hard, to be fair. You don't need driver, and so you might get lulled to sleep a little bit by taking 3-wood out just for position. Any misses to the right or the left, and you'll be blocked out by some pretty gnarly trees. The green tilts from right to left ever so slightly, and watch out for those deep bunkers fronting this green. They'll grab your golf ball in a hurry.
Looks like they're going with the pitching wedge. Yeah, that's a good line. That should find the surface. Pretty straightforward 4-footer coming up here.
Can you hear those tweets? This is what they have left for birdie here.
He's currently tied for 8th. Well, if you haven't felt snake bitten already, the 8th at 230 yards, Rich, will certainly get you.
Everybody loves a 230-yard par 3, don't we, Luke? They're just wonderful, wonderful designs, and I'm laughing because this is nearly impossible. This green is just a sliver up there. A high shot moving a little bit from left to right is an absolute must on this par 3.
And here we are with the 3rd shot. 4 shots behind our leader. Just 9 feet remaining to the hole.
This looks like it's got the speed and the line.
The leader now has a 1-stroke advantage. Ball striking continues to be the order of the day as the players arrive on the 9th tee, a par 4.
Yes, just thread those bunkers off the tee shot somehow with the driver. Second shot is going to be straight back up the hill. And once again, with the pin position over on the right-hand side, players will be unable to see where their golf ball pitches. This is a quality par 4.
Going with the 8-iron here. That's just inside the range.
Long way away from the hole if they want to make the birdie, though.
This putt is to move inside the all-important top 10. Okay, steady now. He's got a par putt here. Let's see if he can make it. And there it is. So, Rich, it looks like a nice start to the rivalry by this player after 9 holes. Your thoughts?
Luke, so far so good against their rival, but let's face it, only 9 holes has happened. There's still a long way between now and the end of the tournament.
Oh, golf clap. That's a beauty. A few shots under par at the moment. In a good position here, just outside the top 10. Woo, back there, horsey. Scorecard filled with threes never hurts. Good putt to make this.
Short game has been especially sharp today, Luke. Very impressive.
Oh, so close. Okay, let's head to the next. Trailing by 6 shots after that hole. Very few parts of the golf course make you feel comfortable, but chance of birdie at 11.
Finally, we have a birdie hole. Just avoid that bunker down the left-hand side. Find the right-hand side of the fairway. You can go ahead and chase one up there. Even if you can't get it on the green in 2, that front bunker is not a bad leave. But beware, there are some trees over on the right-hand side that could block you out.
Will this one hang on and find the fairway? Or is it headed towards the rough? Henny, what does that lie look like?
It's not on the fairway, but it's not bad. It's a good lie in the first cut.
Just 3 feet to the cup. Mark it down, that's birdie number 5. And with that, he'll move to 4 under par. Well, a birdie's also in your heart, standing on the 12th tee, a short par 4, Rich. Decisions to be made?
Just a long iron or a hybrid for this tee shot here, Luke. Second shot, you're coming in with some kind of short iron to a green that's protected by a deep bunker in the front.
Great shot. And what are we looking at here, Henny?
Yeah, this breeze just starting to get up now on the course, and it's directly into the face.
Looks to have opted for the 8 iron. Yes, anytime you can find the green and have a putt, you'll take it.
This one here, this is for back-to-back birdies, moving him in the right direction.
That was a gallant attempt. Pretty good chance here. This one's for par. Tiger Woods back in his familiar spot, currently on top of things as it stands. Lucky 13 for some. This par 3 plays 200 yards.
Luke, this tee shot is about as hard as 8th grade algebra. It is absolutely mind-bending. It doesn't look like much, but that green absolutely, I think the green is made out of Gore-Tex. It repels golf balls.
Well, this one's right at the pin. 8 feet to the cup.
He's staring down a birdie putt here.
And that putt will give them birdie number 6 on the day. And with that, he'll move to 5 under par. And the entire field looks up at that familiar sight and sees the name of Tiger Woods on top. The second of the back 9 par 5s, Rich 14. There's plenty to it.
Only the biggest hitters in the game can reach this one in 2, so any tee shot just out to the right is ideal. That way it leaves an easier shot out to the left for your layup. The third shot will be going downhill to a green that tilts from back to front, guarded by a deep bunker over on the left-hand side. You find the fairway with your second shot, you've got a really good chance to hit your third in there close.
Rich, considering everything that's been said about the great Tiger Woods throughout his entire career, it almost seems superfluous to add anything more to it. But what that man has meant to the game and again, to people like yourself who have gone on to win major championships as well.
Yeah, I would think what Tiger has brought to the game is just he changed the perception of the game as it being kind of an old man sport. And all of a sudden, he's out there winning and fist pumping and getting the crowds fired up and everybody into the game. It's
it just kind of changed the entire complexion of it. No longer do you have these old guys that are dressed poorly with big beer bellies, and all of a sudden, you got guys that are young and wearing these tight-fitting clothes, going into the gym and treating it more like a business instead of just a sport. He really changed the entire dynamic of the game, the landscape of what it takes to become a great player. And everybody else was just kind of sitting there in awe going, well, how does he do this? Well, it's almost like he had a plan, a master plan to go out there and listen, I'm going to dominate by being physically better, mentally better, and I'm just going to steamroll these guys. And when he first started doing that, everybody's kind of looking back going, okay, he's taking this seriously. Maybe I need to start taking it seriously too, right? So it's just one of those things that came along that nobody knew what to really expect of him. But he told us right away, listen, I expect to win every single week out there, and sure enough, that's what he did.
Our current leader is up by 3 shots.
Well, as you enter the dreaded snake pit here at Innisbrook's Copperhead course, Rich, you know where you stand on the 16th tee.
This tee shot forces your hand. You must take it down the right-hand side in order to have a good look at this green for your second shot. Any misses out to the left, you're going to find the trees and all sorts of trouble.
Playing this one about 130 yards out. 5 strokes behind our leader.
This one's going right at the pin here.
Good opportunity here to move into a tie for 3rd. Ooh. This is a par putt. In the end, that will be a disappointing par after such a great approach shot.
No movement up or down on the leaderboard for this player. The Copperhead's penultimate hole is a good par 3 playing up the hill.
It's a tough tee shot, plays longer than what's on the yardage. Any pin that's in the front part of the green is a difficult one to find as the green is so narrow. This needs to go a little bit right once it lands.
Yeah, that was tricky with that wind. Great shot there.
Lovely moment here. Good opportunity to move into a tie for 3rd. Oh, that had eyes for it. Lovely shot. Well, that's a lovely way to make a move into the top 5. Trailing by 4 strokes.
The closing hole of Innisbrook's Copperhead course is also the final hole of the snake pit, and this one here has everything going against it.
Lay it back and you're going to have a long second shot back up the hill, but if you take driver and find the fairway, you'll be rewarded with a very short second shot.
This shot coming from around the 150-yard marker.
Wind's blowing from left to right. I'm going to try and hold it against the wind.
And choosing the 8-iron here. See if he can get that one to come back to the left a little. What's in front of them, Henny, with this putt?
Setting up this putt 25 feet from the cup.
Oh, gee, that line was looking good, wasn't it? Oh, I don't mind this par putt. And as this round winds down, he finishes in a tie for 3rd. Well, that's all we've got time for today. On behalf of myself, Luke Elvey, Rich Bean, Henny Koyak and John McCarthy, plus all the hard-working folks behind the action at 2K Sports, thanks for tuning in. Look forward to your company next time. Sports and the PGA Tour are delighted to bring you the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today's coverage of the Valspar Championship is about to begin. Pleased you could join us for this final round action. Luke Elvey alongside 2002 PGA winner Rich Beam. And Rich, do you fancy this player's chances?
Right now, Luke, this player is trailing heading into the final round. However, Many things can happen. If the leader stumbles, this player's got a great opportunity to bypass, overtake, and win this tournament.
Big day coming up. Can't wait to see how it unfolds, Rich. This should be an absolute beauty.
This wind really starting to get up. That was well managed.
And Rich, what a start. Coming out of the gates very hot after opening up with an eagle.
Cannot imagine a better way to start their round off with an opening eagle.
Well, they should be high on confidence stepping onto the tee now after that eagle at the last.
Downhill tee shot, you want to keep your tee shot out to the right as best you can to take out the trees that hug the left-hand side. Green sits well above the player's second shot. They won't see how close they hit it from the fairway.
Time for the second shot here on the second hole.
Needs a little members bounce to the right.
Okay, that'll work. Henny, you've had the chance to have a look over this one?
Yeah, they've left it in the perfect spot here, just below the hole. They can be aggressive up the hill.
Top effort, that.
Putting for a par here.
And down it goes. He's currently in a share of top spot.
Moving up the leaderboard. I like it. Lovely, lovely rhythm.
Do you like the view from where you're standing, Henny?
He is right on the 150-yard marker here.
Going with the 9-iron, I think.
All right, he's going with a little extra club. Gone against the caddy here. Let's see if it was the right shout.
A chance for a birdie if this goes down.
Oh, well played. And after that hole, he's now alone at the top of the leaderboard.
We have a par 3 on this one.
This is a challenging par 3, no doubt about it, Luke. This green pitches from right to left and from front to back, making it almost impossible to get it super close unless you have a perfect number into this par 3.
Yeah, a quality shot from him. He'll be pleased.
Would need something special to happen to get the birdie here.
Ouch, that hurts.
A par putt awaits.
He finds himself in a share of the lead.
Let's see what happens here at the 5th.
Not a bad line, this one.
Luke, that did not end up where you said it was going to. It's in the rough.
Getting ready to play their third. He's currently tied for the lead.
Great looking shot, this. Terrific approach and a chance for a birdie here on the 5th. Oh, what a super shot.
Got to say, putting this well from this distance is a huge confidence booster.
That looks to be a fairway finder to me.
Luke, unfortunately, that got a horrible kick, ended up in the rough.
Henny, how's that ball lying? It's tough to see from here.
Looks like they have a good lie here in the first cut. What a shot from the rough. This is gorgeous.
And here we are with the third shot. Currently in the lead by a shot.
good chance, this one. Right on 6 feet. This one's looking good. Well done. And after that performance, they'll stay right where they are in the standings.
Next up is a par 4. Always a stern test.
And what's in front of them there, Henny?
Setting up this shot from about 120.
Great shot into the 7th and a chance for birdie. This putt is of 9 feet.
This is their look at birdie.
Yes, they've made it.
Checking the scoreboard now. This player is currently sitting in a tie for the lead with Tiger Woods.
And after a birdie at the last, they'll take the honour on the hole. Seems to have chosen the 3-wood.
No harm, no foul there with that shot.
What's in front of them, Henny?
This one's 13 feet from the cup. This for a birdie run.
Job done. Let's head to the next.
And all of them are chasing Tiger once again as we move to the next.
Gotta say, just some of the best rhythm in the game.
Rich, obviously, and we've joked about it a fair bit in this game, that you've been one of the rare players to take Tiger Woods down in his prime. But what was it like to play in the Tiger era? Just how dominant he was.
It was simply amazing. You knew that each and every week that he showed up to a tournament, you better have your game ready to go, because you assumed that he was going to be firing at all cylinders. Because even when he wasn't, his game was still good enough to beat most everybody in those fields. You wanted him there because you always want to test yourself against the best. However, if you weren't playing very well, you're kind of fearful teeing it up, because you just knew that your best at that moment in time wasn't nearly going to be good enough to beat Tiger, no matter what he brought to the table. He made each and every player look at their game in a different way and try and dissect it in order to weed out anything that didn't really need to be worked on, and got them more specific in the areas that they weren't good at, their deficient areas, whether it's the short game, the driver, the iron play, whatever it is. But Tiger really made you take a long, hard look at your game and figure out where it's at, because you knew that you had to be at your best to beat him.
Choosing the 9-iron here. It's a little wayward.
Coming up a little short with that effort. Not bad, though.
And he needs this to save par.
Good stuff today, especially the short game has been really sharp today.
Our leader is enjoying a 3-stroke advantage. Teeing off here at the 11th. Attaboy, good shot. Getting ready to play their third. Currently 4 shots off the pace. Oh, well done.
And he's down there. You got to read.
They've just got to focus on hitting the back of the cup, guys. This is up the hill, bit of extra juice needed.
Par putt coming up here.
The putt drops, and we're moving on. And a very familiar sight Tiger Woods on top of the leaderboard.
Looks like this one's heading safely for the fairway. Rich is one of the rare players to ever tame the Tiger in a major championship. How did you manage to do it?
Taming him, that's a big stretch there. You know, I did it because I never had to play with him. I was fortunate enough to not be paired with him in the third round, nor in the final round when I was paired with Justin Leonard. And going back to the comments about the roars, you know, not knowing that was him making those birdies. You assumed it was, you couldn't deny that it was, but not knowing, it was a lot easier to say, well, that was Fred Funk, who he was playing with in the final round, who was having such a great week as it was. It was easier to deflect that a little bit. I think if I would have played alongside him, I think things might have been a little bit differently, because he does bring a different energy, and sometimes it can be uncomfortable. But when you start hearing those roars going up and you're playing with them, well, you know exactly what's going on. But when you're not playing with him, I was able to kind of deflect what he was actually doing, and I was fortunate.
Ooh, right by the hole. Big putt for par coming up. Well, that hole's behind us. More to play.
The leaderboard has them sitting in second place, just behind our leader, Tiger Woods.
Handy effort, that one. And Rich, we talked about so much and we heard so many of them throughout the years. A Tiger roar just sounded different to any other roar on the golf course. Explain just the energy of that and what you endured.
Well, the Tiger roars usually involved about 35,000 folks, and any other roar was about 3,500. So that was already a massive difference. You just knew it. There's just an energy in the air. When you heard a roar go up, you immediately could tell whether it was Tiger or it was somebody else. And it all kind of depends on how you were affected by it. And I think that where a lot of players got into trouble was listening for the roars and listening what kind of roar it was. And when they let it into their head that it was a Tiger roar, then I need to do something better. I need to change it up real quick. And in fact, that's probably what hurt them more than anything else. But listen, when Tiger did something fantastic, everybody on the golf course knew it was him.
Looks to be going with the 6-iron.
Trying to get it to move a little bit to the left here.
What are we looking at for this putt, Henny?
Setting up this putt 14 feet from the cup. If this putt drops, they'll pull in front of Colin Morikawa. Let's see if they can start applying some pressure.
Look who's stalking us all on top of the leaderboard. It's Tiger Woods.
Let's see what happens here at the 16th.
There's some trees over on the right-hand side that you want to take it just left of to find the center of the fairway. From there, you're going to go in with a mid-iron to a really small green. A high, soft shot is required to hold this green.
Well, Rich, this player's certainly making moves up the leaderboard, aren't they?
Absolutely nice push on this final round. Still needs to keep the foot on the gas, continue making birdies if they have any hope of winning.
15 feet to the cup. Mark it down. That's 6 birdies today. He's currently sitting in second. Lovely momentum for this player after that birdie at the last hole. Keep it rolling.
The final challenging par 3 on this golf course. Good news is, though, is the green funnels in from both the right and left edges. Most shots are going to end up right in the center of this green.
Let's finish with a flurry. It'd be nice to make a move up the leaderboard.
I think he's got playing partner Colin Morikawa looking a little nervous after that shot.
Good looking putt. Oh, what a round this is. 7 birdies today.
Kinda like it. 2 in a row.
Okay, as we move along, it's Tiger on top of the leaderboard.
Here we go, Rich. We're at the lucky last, teeing off the 18th hole. Quality shot, that one. What kind of shot are they facing here, Henny?
Setting up from about 130 yards out. Wow, that drive, incredible stuff. Over 300 yards.
Well, they'd love a little bounce to the right here. Let's see if we can make this big putt for birdie. That's disappointing. And this putt is for a final score of 62. And that signs off on today's round. That's a shame. They came oh so close to what would have been an incredible comeback victory.
The stories that we could have told if they completed the victory would be endless. Unfortunately, not getting it done, but still, what a performance on this final round.
On behalf of Rich Beam, Henny Kuyak, John McCarthy, I'm Luke Elvey saying so long from 2K Sports.